from Hall 3 to Hall 7, and a 25-minute hike across Mobile World Congress to the future of media. Now for something different. Let the magic begin.
These are all products which are sensors of AMS. So we are a sensor solution company, and this just gives you a little feeling of the different sensor products we have, whether it's optical color sensors, gesture sensors, which help you to recognize a gesture. A color sensor is something we use in our mobile phone. It's basically to help you get a better feeling for the color temperature on pictures, on computer screens, or on your cell phone.
But now let's see, will it work with this? And indeed it does. Gets the color of my tie.
Now you go for NFC, for example. This shows you, for example, how you can put your mobile phone into an electric field,
yeah,
and you get an NFC or a contactless RFID transaction.
Right.
For example, for payment and all related kind of things.
So these sensors are in our phones all the time.
In phones.
What are they doing in my? What are they doing with my phone? In my phone?
So, for example, a gesture sensor helps you to move pages forward and back. A color sensor helps you to recognize, for example, the quality of the color on the screen, or it adjusts the brightness of the screen depending on ambient light, for example. NFC is a sensor where you actually make a payment transaction with.
Yeah.
Noise cancellation is something where you can remove the environmental noise from your headphones.
Would there be a hologram to get me from one side of this Congress Centre to the other? Back in Innovation City, I find Anne Bouvereau, the Director General of the GSMA, the mobile trade organisation in charge of Mobile World Congress. It's huge, this event.
It is.
Absolutely huge. Is this an industry in revolution or in transition?
It's an industry in transition, very much so. And it's a young industry. I mean, 20 years ago, we were not making phone calls. 10 years ago, we did not have smartphones. The iPhone was the first one was launched in 2007. That's not even 10 years ago. Tablets, 2010. And we now all use tablets. So it's a lot of new things are happening in this new industry, but it is a continuous transition. We're starting to talk about the transition to 5G. So 5G does not exist today. Today in the world, 4G is starting to be a reality. But 5G, we're starting to think about, talk about, and lots of exhibitors saying, we think we know it will be this.
What will 5G be that 4G isn't?
The really difficult thing to do with 4G today is to transmit a huge amount of 3D data in real time and to be able to act on it. So that's a remote operation, for example, which is very delicate, or remote controlling of an engine manufacturing or gaming. So those things you can't really do. I mean, the remote operation, you'd have to be really sure it works before you do it. You can't do it today. But that's the things we would want to try and be able to do with 5G.
5G and the Internet of Things offers huge potential for mobile operators and phone makers to give us more services. Money, for centuries, cash was king, but no more. If there's one place in Mobile World Congress where this doesn't count, it's the mobile payments section. Instead of the filthy stuff in your pocket, here it's all about digital ways to pay. Time for a snack. Of course, my phone is my vehicle to my stomach. Let's go for a Coca-Cola. And I'm going to buy, it's going to take it off this because I'm logged in now. So I'm logged in, it's processing the payment. And here's the man who makes it run.
Hello.
Good to see you, sir. This is the future.
It is.
Tell me why and how.
Well, I think that the first thing is it's a funny way to get your snack. You can also personalize whatever you want to buy. And you use your phone. You don't need to use any cash or any other payment system.
What you've done here is you put a game in front of the experience. Why bother with the game? I just want to buy a drink. Why? What does the game give me?
I think the game gives you the idea that the loyalty programs that every retailer is having also offer you to have a funny experience when you visit the shop.
At the moment, we have a multiplicity of payment mechanisms. As a solutions manufacturer, how difficult is it for you having different systems?
So our idea, of course, is to be agnostic. We need to be able to cope with any payment systems. And that's what we are doing. We're working with Google, with Apple, with any other companies. But of course, the fact is that we will benefit in having a more standardized payment system that could benefit the whole industry.
Away from money, there's a wealth of ideas in the Green Pavilion, where it's all about energy and efficiency, new ways of making power. Now we just have to put it to the practical test. Sierra Wireless and Philips have partnered to produce cutting-edge lighting systems that hopefully will save cities energy and money. The humble streetlight. It's been around for a very long time. What is different about what this does?
So what's different and new? Thanks to Sierra Wireless technology inside, we connect this in a cellular way to the internet. This means that this goes through the 2G, 3G, 4G networks immediately without all the order to install it.
What's the advantage?
So now it's connected. It allows the city, the government to fully control their city, the lighting in their city.
But it's quite revolutionary. It's very different, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's completely connects the lamp to the internet. And you can imagine a lot of new applications, not only switch on off, but program manually according to your schedule. In case of accident, you can put light where you need. In case of bad weather condition, where it's unlimited possibilities. So each dot is a lamp. I can't count them, but have a look how many you can control remotely as an example of big city.
So now let's go back here, because one of the other things it does allow to do, it allows us to see how much energy is being used. How can all this be helpful? How does this all fit together in the future?
So in the future, the city will be able to know in real time their consumption. They can plan their use in a better way. They can average. If needed, they can use one lamp out of two to reduce. They really control their consumption instead of undergoing it as of today. They know after, now they can know before and plan for the usage.
And it's all because of this?
Because of this. It's all connected in cellular because of this.
Lighting our way into the future. After the break, more energy required. Our journey takes us to some new experiences.